Greetings to you. I am Elijah Muhammad, the preacher of freedom, justice, and equality to my people, the original black members of the tribe of Shabazz, who has been here in the Western Hemisphere for the last 400 years. But God in person, Master Farad Muhammad, the Holy Thomas without observation. But blessed is he who believes in him. The same shall become the sons of God. These original prophesies for the lost and found people of mine in the Western Hemisphere is very beautiful. The Bible and the Holy Quran are full of prophecies. These prophecies relating to the resurrection of the mentally dead of that lost found people, and relating to their rising and their victory and the opposition of their great, mighty, and open enemies. The day has now come that Almighty God Allah desires to make himself known, as he did in the days of Pharaoh and the time of Moses, when Moses went to Pharaoh to beg Pharaoh to let Israel go. But Pharaoh and his people mistreated Israel. The Bible says to us that Pharaoh and his people put heavy burdens upon Israel to carry, made Israel to do 2 men's work for the same pay. This goes for the American so-called Negro, the lost and found original people from the tribe of Shabazz. This American has not only of that great black original nation, but also has physically mistreated them ever since that they have been in business. Them of their right and justice. This is going on at this very time, and is also stepped up against the poor black man in the Western Hemisphere. There is no such thing as they want to give you justice. They don't have that in their nature. They just can't do these things. That is not according to their nature. And I'm so sorry for you that you continuously, day and night, begging them for something which they have not been given by nature to give you. They cannot help but to mistreat you. They was created for that purpose. They speak about hate. Elijah's teaching hate, teaching the black man to hate us. I want you to remember how this is charged. He don't said such and such truths that Elijah is teaching that is causing the black man to hate them. He has never treated us right. He has never acted as a friend to us. What has he given to you and me for us to love them? Today, there is no justice in the courts for us. You are hunted like wild game throughout the country on the highways and in the towns and cities to beat and kill. They provoke you to get a chance to have an excuse for beating and killing you. This is known all over the world, and all eyes is on this treatment of the so-called Negro here in America by the white man. But yet, they would like that you believe that I am the worst enemy that ever appeared among you. They do everything to keep you from believing the truth of them. They have practically 100% our black preachers following them through and under fear that they may lose their respect, or rather lose their places as preachers or ministers under their religious setup. They, I just repeat, under their religious setup. It was not God who set up their religion. They set it up themselves, as they plainly teaches you in the history of the setting up of their religion, Christianity. They want you to hate truth. They want you to follow them in falsehood. They want you to remain with them, though they hate you and despise you. And that's not like you nor your color. Then they come to you and say to you, Elijah hates us, and he teaches hatred. I want you to remember, my friend, that they could have been green color. They could have been blue color. But if their nature, their characteristics had been good, we can't not say about their color. It could have been whatever it made. If they were good, that's okay with the righteous. We will treat them and they would have been treated as the righteous, regardless of what color they would have been made in. If they were good, we would look forward to them as a race of good people, and they would be given that credit in the history. But the white race don't have nothing in the history that teaches that they are good or ever was good. From the creation of them unto this very hour, the history and even the prophesy of the prophets teaches us that they are an evil, hateful, and murderous, proud people from their very beginning and to their ending. And it's the people that God has said through the mouth of his prophets that that he will destroy on the day of resurrection of the dead. And that cannot be a good people that so much prophesied, made in both the Bible and the Holy Quran, that God would destroy this race of people who has built a great world and who has conquered the original black people throughout the earth for the last 6,000 years. Now their power is dwindling away, and they are angry. And they speak to war against the truth among you to prevent as many that they can prevent to not seeing the hereafter. Be aware of this. They say to you, stay away from them. We are going to destroy them. That's like the enemies of Lot saying to him and his home that they would come in, destroy Lot and his guests, the angels. But who got destroyed? It was those who declared war against Lot. We may look at Noah, who was before Lot. Who was it that got destroyed? Was it Lot or the opponent of Lot? It was the opponent of Lot. And the opponent of Noah who got destroyed. Who was it that got destroyed? Who opposed Moses in Egypt? Was it Moses or Pharaoh and his people? It was Pharaoh and his army that got destroyed, who were trying to destroy Moses and his people, whom God had raised up among them to lead them into a land wherein that they could be at peace. The same it is today. The people who know the truth, the people who know that these prophesied is on the page of history against them, are the enemies to the truth. And they seek every excuse to try to destroy us or bring us before their courts to try to condemn us that we are wrong, and that the so-called Negroes should not believe in this teaching because it will get them in trouble. This is another fear that they try to put into you. Into you who willfully, knowing that it is the truth, but yet under fear of those who fight and war against the truth that has come to you to raise you up as a great nation upon this earth. You are the one that ignore the knowledge of the truth and then fight in with these enemies of the truth to aid them to destroy Elijah Muhammad and his followers. Though you have knowledge that it is the truth, but under fear and under your great desire to be like the enemy and be a friend of the enemy to get what little small offerings he has for you, which will eventually be a offering of prestige that will cause you to grieve and moan over it, and finally go to hell for accepting the promises of the enemies of God and rejecting the salvation that God offers to you today. It is a shame to see how the intellectual class and the so-called religious class of our own people reject and deny the truth and fight and oppose it just for the sake of being the friends of those who doesn't love the truth and does not want the truth. They are more sure the blind, deaf, and dumb who acts in such manner. Again, we must remember that I said to you, if the white race had been made in other color, green or blue, they still would have been inclined. They incline to evil because their nature is evil, and they was made in that nature and cannot help themselves. Therefore, Allah is here today making them manifest to the whole entire world, not only to the Negro here in America as he's called, but to the entire world of black, brown, yellow, and red. People are racist as they are called. Everyone is coming into the knowledge of who they are. It is prophesied that God will reveal this hidden truth of them at the end of their time. Now they are angry over this revelation that God has given to you and me, and wishes to impede its progress. Note that anywhere there is trouble rising up among the black man and his slave master here, they want to claim that we, Elijah's followers, they call us black Muslims, which we doesn't call ourselves that. We are the Nation of Islam. And they would like to refer to us as the black Muslims. And that we had part or caused this uprising against them, of whom they already know that it is prophesied and written. Moses also prophesied it, that the Lord thy God will vex you with the people that is no people, with the ignorant people, with the foolish people. I will vex thee. He knows who this is referring to. It's referring to the so-called American Negro. Restless they are because that they want justice. Restless because God has put the restless spirit in them. He put the restless spirit in them because they seek justice and cannot find it. I said to you, we don't hate their color. We hate the characteristic of such persons. We hate that evil that is in them, that they cannot control, and their evil plans to ever deprive us of enjoying freedom, justice, and equality, and their evil turns to us, beating and killing us all over the country, and they're depriving us of equal justice with them in their court and under their law of justice. This is what we don't like about them. They could have been any color if they had good nature and their works were good. We would have loved them as we love our own righteous people. But nature did not give them that. Therefore, we're not in love with their evil doings. Now, even now, do we like their color? We don't want their color because it's a stale color. It's a color that even they don't like. Pale white. Nobody wants to be pale white. No one wants blue eyes. They don't like them traveling their own color because they will do everything to suntan themselves because that look better than a pale white color. This is not good. And we are not in love even with that color for ourselves. But if God had made them under that color and then put good in them, put the good nature in them to do good, we would have loved them. But it is just not there. Now I would like to remind you of our program that we have now before you. The economical saving plan that we have set before you for the next three years. This plan is to help check your extravagance and to bring about a bank, a national bank for the poor black man in America, to help him fight want and poverty. Poverty and want is our chief enemy in America. None of us want to go and line up in the break line this morning. None of us. We all want to get an honest living. We want a equal chance to get it. This will not interfere with the government charity to you in the way of better housing, in the way of food for the unemployed. But it will just only help the government to give our people some of these things that they want with some of the nickels and dimes that they are spending, throwing away, giving back to the rich millionaire that paid it to him for his work. Give back all of your weak salaries, some of you, in a party drinking whiskey and beer, gambling, throwing your money away in fine and expensive $150 and $200 suits of clothes. Fine clothes you are wasting the money in, because that we just cannot afford. But yet we are trying to be like our slave masters' children. We want to enjoy wealth. This is actually manifest show of the poor one slave who never has enjoyed such things as luxury. Now, if he can get a chance to luxury, he will spend all that he has, and then even beg bread and food to get a taste of luxury, the easy life. This also is an evil thing for you and I to do, to be extravagant. The Holy Quran teaches us that Allah does not love the extravagant ones. This will be a little saving, pardon me, for us a little saving, that we may be able to help our own selves in the things that the nation wants. It is the first time since that we have been here, to my knowledge, in the Western Hemisphere, that one set forth to you such good and right program for you as I have set before you. I have always, for the 33 past years, tried to offer to you that which is good and is best for you. Let the world examine it for themselves. Let the world see the example of what you are doing in the way towards self, and let them say it is good for you. The program of Elijah is good for you. He and his God is for you, and he and his God want you in heaven, but not in the way that you are trying to seek it, by being extravagant and trying to live in luxury that you cannot afford. I say to you, the whole entire 22 million, we plead to you to take that waste money that you are throwing away in the things that you can do without. Put it in a bank. Bank it with us. We are doing this. And we want you to do the same with us. Help us to set up a national bank for the poor black man in America. Put your money in it. Keep it there to help your poor people against poverty and want, against begging. Try this for 3 years. Join in with us, every one of you. Men, women, girls, and boys. It's a small thing that I'm asking you. Just offer a nickel a day from your earnings, of which maybe you may be able to offer more. Take your savings and put it in a bank for yourself. And if you want to loan that money out in quantity, in part, then you can still do that. But let us set up as a national bank for the nation. all look forward to putting our little savings in. All look forward to putting a nickel a dime, I should say, we'll all be taxed so much from our wages, our salaries. If it's no more than a nickel a day, 1.5 cents, put that up there to help your people. Not just to help yourself, but to help the whole 22 million against poverty and want, against being thrown out of those and everything that you and I are suffering. Help you to buy land to produce your own food and clothing on. Help to make your nation a dependent nation upon themselves and not and dependent upon others. Let us try to produce and satisfy our wants from our own efforts, and the world will help you, and the world will give you credit for this. I thank you. Send your donation to the 3-year economical savings plan. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.